Okay, there we go.
Okay. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Sonia Wilkin. I'm part of the team, and we are so delighted to have another Lunch and Learn program that Arlene, she's there now, coordinated. And just to tell you, Lunch and Learn programs we've been doing at Clayton Valley Village for almost right since our beginnings 5-6 years ago. We had them in person when possible and covered all sorts of different subjects. Then we went to Zoom for the last 2 years, and bit by bit, we've been able to open it up in person, but this one is still on Zoom. And we are delighted that Lupe Labradette, is that how you're pronouncing it?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, good. It's going to be able to teach us something so important, how to get up from a fall. Lupe has reading off this, but she's currently employed as a senior exercise specialist. She's been teaching for over 18 years at a local hospital, which she said was John Muir. And she teaches exercises for all ages, especially seniors, others with different, diseases maybe, and has all sorts of certifications. So I'm so glad that we have her here. And so thank you for being here, and Arlene for coordinating it. And I think that's all I need to say, unless anyone has questions of me, but not.
Okay, Lupe.
Okay, all right. So yeah, as Sonia was telling you about, I've been at the hospital for 17, maybe 18. I can't even count how many years I've been there working, teaching exercise, and from muscle conditioning to strengthening for balance and just about anything you can think of. I mainly work in the lung department, which is I help people to with lung disease, so breathing problems, and so we get them stronger. So it's a whole program that we run through and I've been in that department for years and years and years. And we came along that we were thinking about, we didn't have this program before about showing how to get out from the fall. And this is many years ago, we started going, you know what, we need to teach patients how to get out from a fall, because when you fall and you try to get up, sometimes it makes it worse the way you're getting up and you can fall again. So I'm going to teach you 2 different ways to get out from the fall, if you're on the street or if you're at home. But the main thing too, I want to talk about falling, it's kind of to prevent it, and it's hard to prevent not to fall. That if you have strong core, that's something that you should be working on strengthening your core and strengthen your calves, your legs. Because if you have strong lower body extremities, the chances you falling, it might be a little less. But if you have weak legs or calves, and the chances are for you falling will be higher than lower. The other thing too, that I just not too long ago, I was listening to an orthopedic doctor that he was having a lot of people that are coming in with a hip fracture and knee problems and all that from falling. And he started talking about how important it is to strengthen your wrist. And that's something that we don't even think about that. So, and I go, that makes sense, right? Because if you fall and you fall forward, the first thing come up is your wrist, right? So most of the times you might break your wrist. So instead of doing that, if your wrists are strong, then you're going to be able to pause the fall a little more. You're not going to hurt your shoulder or your hip. So by having a strong wrist, it really helps. And exercise you can do for the wrist are very not complicated at all. You can start with no weights at all and just placing your hands in front. Let me move back a little bit here. And all you do from here, move my camera a little lower. So here you lift and down, and you lift and down. So just start doing a little of that, and that really helps you strengthen your wrist. So maybe about 10 to 15, and then palms start down, and you lift and down. So what I just incorporated all of this exercise in my classes that I teach too. So, and that really helps. So
Lupe, do you have to be a John Muir patient to take your classes?
No, no. You can and you can get the information from Arlene.
Okay.
And so my classes are, I teach a class that I teach how to strengthen your lower body, which will be a lot of the heel raises, and then stretching, strengthen your quads, a lot of this, strengthen your butt and your hips. So a lot of that, and then I do a little balancing too, so to help. And then also teach to strengthen your upper body, because that is so important too. Anyway, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but it's just I'm a runner. I've been running for a long time. And if you guys live like in Regency area or Clinton area, I run that area all the time. I usually go up to Mount Diablo and I summit and come back down. So if you guys live in that area, if you see me, don't run me over. But it was funny because it's so crazy, because today I was running coming downhill and some of those hills are really steep. So I fell down. And the first thing, my reaction was putting my wrist, and you can see me because I am taking, so you can see my knee right there. I still have dirt. But because I always run on the dirt, and I fall every now and then. People that run trails, they fall every now and then. So that's kind of normal. But it was interesting because I was running and I caught myself putting my hands really right in front of it. And I just pretty much, I had gloves on and it nothing happened. I mean, just put your hands in front and just my first reaction was that, and nothing, my knee was a little scraped, but nothing bad. That is one thing that is, think about that. Think about, strengthen whatever class you go to or anywhere you go, think about strengthening, your home just a little bit. You can do with no weights first, and then maybe 1 pound weights. You don't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be heavy on that. Okay. So now I'm going to go with, there's a Diane on the screen, on the main screen. There's says this meeting is being recorded by the host. You see it?
Yeah.
You just click, got it?
I'm sorry, what?
Just click on that. It says got it, because I see that there's a sign right there. This meeting is being recorded by the host. So it's blocking some people, but that's okay. I mean, if you don't see it, that's okay.
Okay. I don't know how to get it off the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. I can't do it because you're the host. Okay. As long as it's not blocking anybody's. Can anybody see me okay? Just get thumbs on because we can't hear you. Okay. Got it. Okay. So I'm gonna create all these things. I'm gonna tell you if I fall, I'm actually gonna fall. I'm not gonna fall, but I'm gonna come all the way down to the floor. And you should just watch me. Don't come down. So just say that you fell down, right? You fall. So you're down on the floor. And I'm gonna be adjusting the camera every now and then. So you're here on the floor, slow down. So you wanna think about anytime you fall, your reaction is to get paranoid, right? And get embarrassed because you fall and then you go, oh my God, what's going to happen? So try to concentrate on breathing. Try to breathe in through your nose and blow, just to calm you down a little bit, just to calm you down. So just relax here for a minute. You breathe in and blow. So the next thing you want to do, if you're on lower here, you want to come down on your back. Try to come down on your back. Try to roll on your back if you can. If it's something very severe that you go, I'm not going to be able to get up, so, call 911. But if you think you can get up, then follow the steps, okay? So if you have your legs straight, try to bend the knees. So as you bend in the knees, that protects your lower back. If you have your legs completely straight out, that puts a lot of pressure in your lower back. And you already fell, so I'm sure you hurt your back. So try to bend the knee. And now that you're here, try to take some deep breaths. So you breathe in through your nose and you exhale, you blow. Think about smelling the roses and blowing the candles. And I'll tell you one in a minute when I get up, why it's important for you to breathe in through your nose and blowing through your mouth. So you're here. Think about, okay, did I hurt my right leg? Did I hurt my right knee? Did I hurt my hip? which side did I try to think about what did I do? What's hurting the most? Am I hurting a lot on my right side or my left side? Because you're gonna roll to one side, okay? So say that I hurt my right hip on here. So my hip's really hurting, on my right shoulder, it's really hurting a lot, okay? So I'm gonna breathe in and I'm gonna blow to the side where I didn't get hurt. And then try to bring this hand over here to the side, just to bring it right in your neck, because your neck gets really heavy. So you want to just relax the hand in here, okay? So it just releases a lot of tension from your neck. And so just think, I'm gonna lower my camera a little bit, so just give me a minute. Okay, so you were here, okay? So try to bring your knees in here and hands here, and your hand right in here if you can. So from here, I'm gonna go on my hands and knees, okay? So I'm gonna breathe in, and I'm gonna use this hand to pull myself up. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. And I'm using my elbow here to come up a little bit higher here. So I'm here. So pretty much one movement, one breath, okay? So I'm gonna breathe in. I'm gonna move myself forward using this hand. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. So let's say that you're out on the street, okay? So out on the street, you're not gonna find a couch or a chair because you're not at home. You're out on the street. So try to find, even if you have to crawl over, if you have to crawl down too, try to find a sidewalk. Let's think this is my sidewalk. Try to maybe find a sidewalk, maybe try to find a tree, a car, and I always say a car that's not moving. So trying to find a car or a street. So from here, so I find a sidewalk. So I'm gonna use my right leg, this is my bad leg. I'm gonna use my good leg, my left leg. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. So I'm gonna use all my weight here to push myself up, okay? Using my hand here, using the sidewalk, I'm gonna breathe in. From here, I'm gonna use my weight here, and I'm gonna blow. And just bring that leg over. You wanna stay here, you wanna stay low. You wanna stay low. Many times when you come from the floor to up higher and you lift your head really high, your blood pressure changes. So you might feel a lightheaded. So if you come really fast and you feel lightheaded, you might fall again. So you wanna stay down here for a minute. This is what we call rescue breathing. So in here, roll up a little bit, you roll up a little bit time. The last thing should be should be your head. So wait here, and you breathe in, and you come a little higher. So breathe in and blow. And you come all the way up, and hold on if you need to hold on, because again, you might feel lightheaded because you came all the way from the floor to the top, okay? So this is if you're out in the street. You're out in the street, you can find a car, you can find a tree, there's always sidewalks, okay? But if you're falling right in the middle of the street, even if you have to crawl, try to crawl over where you can find a little bit to give you a little bit higher there. But if you happen to nothing around, you're in the middle of the street and there's nothing to come up, so I'm gonna show you how to do this too. So I'm gonna come down. So I'm on the floor, I'm gonna go the steps again. So here I'm going, if you're falling, just go on your back and breathe in and blow. So using here and here, I'm gonna breathe in and blow. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. So you look around, there's nothing for you to come up and you need to come up and because there's nothing for you, the sidewalk or anything, or you need to come up in a hurry because you're in the middle of the street. So I'm gonna use my good leg. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. Now I'm gonna use my hand here to kind of push myself up, okay? I'm gonna breathe in. I'm gonna lean forward a little bit. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. And again, you stay down for a minute and breathe in and blow. And then try to walk over. We can sit down for a little bit, you know, because you might be in shock and your blood pressure might change. So you don't want to fall again, okay? So now I'm going to give you, the next thing I'm going to show you is if you're at home, okay? And if you're at home, you may want to have your cell phone close by. If you live alone, you should have your phone like on a table where it's not up in the counter in the kitchen. You should always be, you know, think about what to do ahead of time if you happen to fall, you're at home alone. Okay, I know some of you guys might carry the alarm things, but your phone might be one of the things that can help you too. And some of you guys may have a watch too, so something that can help you, you can call 911, okay? The reason you don't want to stay on the floor for too long, because if you stay on the floor for too long, then you start accumulating fluid in your lungs, and that can give you bronchitis. So that's one big thing. That's why we suggest for you guys to get up as soon as possible, because you can retain fluid in your lungs and give you not bronchitis, but gives you pneumonia. Okay, so try to get up as soon as you can, and if you're alone, you know, try to go steps. If you can't do it, you know, prevent it. Have something ahead of time. Have your phone or something in case of an emergency. So I'm going to show you now if you're on the floor at home, okay? So again, if you happen to fall and you're already falling, you're here already. If you're already here, you don't have to roll to your back. You're just gonna come up here, okay? And that's why I'm using my arms here, and that's why it is so important for you guys to keep yourself strong, using you strengthen your upper body, because that helps you a lot. If the legs and everything comes all because if you have strong muscles to get yourself up, that helps you. Okay, so again, if you happen to fall, you're already facing down, just stay here and bring yourself up into all fours. So you may think you want to remember all the time, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to be all the time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get down on the floor. Say if you happen to fall. So I'm going to go on my back. I'm going to roll my back. And if you have the legs straight, go ahead and bring the legs up. So I'm going to breathe in. And I'm going to roll to that side and blow. And this helps really to put for your neck, so it's not a lot of pressure in your neck. And breathe in and blow. I'm going to come all the way around, breathe in and blow. So I'm going to pull this over. And obviously, if you're at home, just scroll over where you find a couch or a chair. Make sure the chair doesn't have any wheels. You'll be flying away. It doesn't matter which side of the chair is, as long as you have able to put your weight forward. So I'm going to show you first right now. If your legs are stronger or your upper body is stronger, so I'm going to right now, if I have really bad knees and I don't want to stay on my knees for too long, I'm going to use my body weight to bring myself up. Okay, so from here I'm going to slide all my weights forward here. And I'm gonna slightly lean forward. I'm gonna breathe in, feet up here, and blow. And just come over forward, slowly, slowly, slowly. And then go ahead and have a seat. And keep your head down. Keep your head down until you feel like you feel a little bit. So again, blood pressure changes from the floor to standing up. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you the way to come up by using your legs, okay? So if your shoulder's hurting really bad, if you happen to fall, your shoulders really hurt bad, then use your legs, okay? So I'm gonna go here, my hands and knees, because I show you already how to roll over. So I'm gonna come over. Okay, so say that I hurt my left leg is really bad. So I'm gonna use my strong leg. That's what I'm gonna use first, okay? So I'm gonna breathe in and blow. So here, I'm gonna use my leg to push myself up and a little bit up here, a little bit up your upper body, okay? So I'm gonna breathe in. I'm emphasizing and pushing through here, through my heel up. I'm gonna breathe in and blow. And just drag the other leg over. Okay. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and have a seat. And again, wait a little bit until you feel better. Just take some deep breaths, breathe in through your nose and blow. And again, breathe in and blow. So I'm going to show you one, and I don't know if you guys already taken some exercise classes at home, but this is one exercise you can do at home. You don't have to get down to the floor, but I'm going to show you how to get down to the floor if you wanted to. All right, and also you can do it on your couch or you can do it in your bed, okay? And some of you guys may already know how to do this, but I'm just going to show you because it's really important to have a good, strong core to help you if you happen to fall, because that prevents a lot of the coming forward. Sometimes if you're walking over, you kind of tripped over, but having your core strong, that eliminates from tripping all the way down. You kind of cut yourself before you fall all the way down. So again, having strong core helps you a lot. Having strong calves helps you a lot. And then if you fall, having strong wrists is going to prevent you from hurting you really bad. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to come down to the floor if you happen to do some exercise at home and you don't know how to come down to the floor safely. Okay, so I'm going to go here and use a chair that doesn't have any wheels. I'm going to breathe in and blow. I'm going to breathe in and blow. It's pretty much the reverse of coming up. And I'm going to breathe in and blow. So I'm going to, from here, I'm going to use my elbow and I'm going to use a little of my hips to come out, to bring myself down. Okay, I'm going to breathe in and blow. Then I'm going to bring the arm over. I'm going to breathe in, blow, and then breathe in and blow. And then you roll over. Oh, you can't see me. There, I roll over. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and come up again. I'm going to breathe in and blow. And I'm going to breathe in and blow. So I'm just going to come over, breathe in, blow. And again, I'm just going to bring my chair, walk over to my chair And I'm gonna breathe in. Again, this is if you have bad knees too on this one, breathe in, blow. And over. And I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna show you now, how to work a little bit on your core. So I'm just gonna give you 1 or 2 exercises on that, okay? And bring my camera. So if you're on the floor, and again, you can do this on your couch, you can do this on your bed, you can do this, even if it's the bed is kind of soft, it's okay. It's okay to do that. So it's called the pelvic tilt. Okay, the pelvic tilt, this is your hip bones right in here. My hip bones are right in here. And make sure your legs are not over here. They're about closer to your heels are closer to your buttocks. So what you're doing in here, you're gonna do a pelvic tilt. So you're tilting your pelvic bone up towards your chest. And at the same time, you tighten up your tummy, make your tummy tight. And then you relax. As you're tilting your pelvic bone, you keep your buttocks really, really tight. So this working right into your core. So you're pressing your belly button down into the floor. And then relax. This is actually really, really good exercise if you have back pain too. Because many times you have back pain because your core is very poor. Okay, so I'm gonna breathe in. And I'm gonna blow. And tilt that pelvic bone up towards your chest and your tummy is tight and relax. So if you do like every other day, if you do about 10 to 12, it's a great thing to do. So breathe in and blow. And relax. And again, you breathe in and blow. So tilt, tilt, tilt. And relax. So again, that's a very, very important here to strengthen your core in here. Okay. The next one is and if you have back pain, if this hurts, don't do it. Okay, just keep doing the pelvic tilt. Okay. The next one you would be leg is out, and then the opposite arm reaches over your head. You keep your tummy really tight. You breathe in and blow. Bring it down. Keep your tummy tight and blow. Now, if that hurts your lower back, you can keep the knee bent. Okay, so here and out. Breathe in and blow. So again, it's working. Obviously, you do maybe start with about 3 or 5 repetitions first. Okay, but don't just come and bring the legs up and down. You gotta tighten up your tummy. You have to tighten up your tummy in order to work. If you're doing this and not tightening up your tummy, then you're not doing, you just work your leg and your arm and you're not working your core. Okay, so it's important for you to do that. Again, you do the pelvic tilt and tighten up your tummy. Tighten them up, make it tight, tight. Okay. So that's the only 2 I'm going to show you on that. There's so many you can do, but right now I'm just showing that because that really keeping you strong core. It helps you to, if you happen to trip, to not to fall all the way down. The reason I told you that breathing in through your nose and blowing through your mouth is because you can get more air into your lungs by breathing in through your nose and blowing through your mouth. A lot, I know that we're so used to breathing through the mouth and when you're working out, and it's just something that we're not used to it, but we've been doing this for years and years in our department and research and everything. So you can get more air coming in through your nose and blowing out. And that's it. That's it. That's a fast one, you know, fast to show you how to get up from the floor, but you know, there's not many steps to do that. Just as long as you go on your hands and knees and then crawl over to where you can come up. And again, try to prevent that by, you know, having strong arms, strong legs, strong core, and to eliminate, to not have a really bad fall, think about strengthening those wrists too.
Does anybody
So-
have any questions?
They're muted. Okay.
Unmute yourself, Sue. There we go.
I put it in the chat. If you fall in the middle of the street and you think you've broken something like a hip, you shouldn't try to
Well,
get up.
if
Isn't
there's,
that
if
right?
there's something that even if you already have broken, it's already broken, right? So you need
Well, I
to,
just broke it.
for save, so you have to more or less decide yourself. Am I really bad that I can't get up? And if it's something that you're more risk because there's more cars coming, so it's kind of something you have to, kind of tell yourself, can I get up? And if you can't get up, then you just can't get up. But if you're alone and if you can get up, then yeah, try to get up. But if you're gonna put yourself more at risk, so you kind of determine yourself on that. Determine yourself on that. If you're at home and you're at risk at getting pneumonia for being and you're able to get up, get up. If you're able to get up, get up. But if you can't get up, then you have to ask for help. You have to ask for help. One thing that I forgot to mention, you guys, is if you're on the floor, and a lot of people are gonna come and try to help you like right away, right? So the problem is if you try to get up, you're on the floor here, and so I'm just gonna try to get up. The first thing we do is extend the arm out, right? So that if somebody tries to help you, that person trying to help you is gonna hurt their back, is gonna hurt more, or it's gonna hurt your back. But trying to get up this way is gonna hurt your back a lot. So again, you can say, hey, you know what? I think I can get up on my own, but please stay around to help me if I need help. But just tell them, I'm okay. Stay around. I think I can get up on my own, and then do your steps. Go ahead. Yeah, that was I forgot about that part.
Any other questions? Sonia, unmute yourself. There you go.
Unmuted, yeah. Many of us are aware of falls at Clayton Valley Village. Many of us also have iWatch for that reason. But those who don't have iWatch or Life Alert, in the shower is an especially difficult time if someone slips and falls, especially if you're living alone. So I'm just mentioning that, but I'm all for getting some device so that you can call, some for help. And with the iWatch, yeah, you could go in the shower. Mm-hmm.
Same thing, if you happen to be in the shower, you follow the same thing. I know it's gonna be slippery and all that, but try to be on your hands and knees to calm yourself up. Mm-hmm. It will be slippery in there, but again, try to be on your hands and knees. Your knees are gonna hurt, your shoulders are gonna hurt, but try to do the same, try to go on your hands and knees.
Yeah. Oh, you gave some very good suggestions. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. Go ahead.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yes,
Gloria.
Gloria, I do. Do you have any charts or instruction sheets that you could attach or let us have? Because I can't write as fast as you can give the instructions.
Gloria, I am taping this and you're going to have the link to the tape.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
But if any of you guys have any other questions too that you forgot later, you can talk to Arlene. Arlene takes my class, so we're pretty much in touch with me all the time.
Great, thank you.
I think Pete go ahead and unmute yourself. I think that if you guys have questions, you have to unmute yourself.
Actually, not so much a question, but I think one thing I've realized from what you said is, there's going to be many times where we see someone who's falling, and just to be able to coach them through it instead of just saying, let me help you up or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
both sides of the situation. I really appreciate that, because that'll come in very handy just for helping other people too.
I was at work and I had a lady actually was coming with her walker, and she tripped over, and I had just started the class like the week before, and I had all the nurses came over and And believe it or not, one of our medical staff tried to do the same thing, try to reach over to help the lady. And I go, no. She just took my class and I just coached her again. I said, remember, I said, let's go step by step. I said, take deep breaths, breathe in and blow and just relax a little bit. And I had her, roll over. We took one step at a time. She got up and she was fine. And it was funny because I had some of the doctors looking and nurses come looking and goes, oh, you should do a videotape. I said, okay, yeah. But anyway, even our medical staff just try to come over and reach over. It's just our human nature. We're trying to reach over, right? But yeah, that's a good point on that.
Go ahead, Sonia.
Yeah, I'll unmute myself. There's also a time and a question on when to ask for 911 help, because they'll send you to emerge ER or something like that, So I guess the question is, can you evaluate it?
And you kind of have to yourself, I can't tell you, you're in a lot of pain, you can't get up at all, then I would say, 911. I work with one of my co-workers. He was working in ER a long time ago. Now he's in our department. So his story is he was working in ER and he had this lady that she fell down and she was on the floor for hours and hours and hours. And so she had no water and been maybe about 4 or 5 hours or maybe longer than that. And she was finally, I don't know how the neighbor came over, she hadn't been out at all. And when she got to the emergency room, she had ants all over her. And then she not only had ants all over, but she ended up having pneumonia because of the fluid. If you're not moving around a lot, you start retaining fluid and it could be the fluid on your lungs or your heart. So you kind of, and then again, is one thing that she learned that, she has to have, she lives alone. And I had another patient too, that actually in the morning, she had a neighbor and she would open her window shades, or she opened something that the neighbor would say, oh, she's okay. And if she didn't open anything, he will come over and knock at the door. So that was something, if you live alone, you have a neighbor say, you know what, if I haven't called you by this time, please check on me. If I have not opened my shades on my window, come and check on me. Because, you just have, things like that it can help you.
So you're saying that you can get pneumonia within 2 hours if you're laying on the floor?
There's no specific time on that, but it's something you don't want to be on the floor for that long period of time.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that, but I know that you could, I don't know how long would it be, but it's just the best thing is to try to get up and get help.
The reason I was asking is because I have a friend whose husband is now in the hospital with pneumonia and we can't figure out how he got it, but he has done a couple falls. And I don't know how long he was.
Yeah, you won't get it just from falling like that, it's just like right away. It would take a little while to get it.
Okay.
Take a little while to get it. Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? Well, we really appreciate this. This was a great presentation. And if you guys have any questions, we can get your information from Arlene. And
Yes.
I'm also taping it, so I'll have the video up on our website.
Yeah, and if you guys ever want to check out my class, you can check it out for free. And then after that, we can talk about, I take donations for classes just because I have to pay for my my videos and all that. But if you want to find out more about my classes, I think my best person to speak to is Arlene, because she's taking my class.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Mhm.
What kind of classes is she taking?
I do strengthening classes, strengthen your upper body and strengthen your lower body. We use light weights. It's up to use weights or not. So my classes are, heel raises to strengthen your calves, your quads, your mainly a lot of this to a lot of my exercises to prevent osteoporosis or osteopenia. Or if you already have osteoporosis, then to help you to strengthen your bones.
Betty, and they're on Zoom.
Yeah, we're on Zoom.
Oh.
You would be like here. You'd be like this is my workout room.
Where do you hold your classes?
Here on my through Zoom.
Well, when are they? How do we
Oh,
get?
when it's Tuesday mornings 11:30, Fridays 11:30, and Sundays 11:30. Those are my days off from work from the hospital.
So how do we get that link?
I'm gonna,
Arlene or Diane, you guys can.
Oh, okay, Diane, you're gonna put that up.
yeah, I'll send out an email with the link to the video, and then I'll have the link to her classes.
Oh, good.
So
Thank-
what I would want to do first, if any of you guys are interested in about participating in my class, I can give you my cell number right now, and then you can text me because I like to find a little more information about yourself, and then just make sure that your doctor is okay for you to take the class. And I like to ask you a few questions before you take my class. I'd like to know, what medical conditions you have, so that way I know what you guys are, if you should take it or not take it.
Okay, you're gonna give
So,
it now.
Yeah.
Diane, put it in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, ready? It's 925 768 5127.
Thank you.
And just let me know that you're from the Clayton group, so that way I know who. And then, so it's better if you text me, because if you call me, it's for me calling. Sometimes I get busy with patients, or I work 10 hours a day at the hospital many times, so it's hard for me to answer right away. So just text me, give me a little time, and I'll be more than glad to, after that, talk to you in person, not on the phone, and ask you a few more questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you. Yeah.